Here with Jim Miller, accomplished author and, of course, a former Saints executive. And Jim, are we shocked about what happened today with the commissioner's ruling?
No, Fred, it was very, very expected because this is the third time they've gone before the court, and I can't imagine they had any new information. But I think the commissioner has a responsibility to courteously listen to them again, give them the benefit of the doubt. Listen to him again. If he didn't think there was anything new, then the decision stands, and apparently that's the case.
So, Jim, what happens next as far as the Saints are concerned? I mean, the suspension kicks in starting Monday.
Right.
Have to have a coach. Do you look inside? Do you go with the Spagnuolo? Do you go with the Pete Carmichael? What do the Saints do from here?
Well, initially I thought Spagnuolo made a lot of sense because he's got the experience. But then the more I talk to people, the more I hear, I think Parcells makes a lot of sense to me because he's a guy that Sean Payton implicitly respects and trusts, and he's not going to be a guy who's lurking over your shoulder, looking for a job the next year or two down the road. And he's got a big job ahead of him himself, just to put together a new defense. So I think the Parcells thing makes a lot of sense, but that's the thing they've got to decide in the next week.
Now, is your understanding the same as mine as far as coach is concerned? And that's zero contact starting Monday, no coaching from the couch.
Correct. That's my understanding, Fred. And I think that makes it even more important that over the next week they get their draft meetings together, they accelerate them, they just really go to the wall, taking the next couple of weeks and condensing them into this next week because the draft's in 3 weeks. They've got to get that all the work done. And you look at the Saints don't have a 1 or a 2, but you look at the guys they've gotten from 3 on down. They've gotten Jimmy Graham, they've gotten Marcus Colston, they've gotten Nix, Bushrod, all those guys that are either Pro Bowlers or starters or very valuable players. So I think they're really going to be concentrating on those down the line guys.
And then when we look a little bit further down the timeline, Mickey Loomis, his suspension won't start until after the preseason training camp. You're a former executive. What kind of pressure is he under right now?
I think it's a perfect time to let Mickey have a little vacation because when you're in the administrative end of it, your whole job is getting ready for the season. Once the hay's in the barn, then you can kind of enjoy football. Or we used to say that, you've obviously got to be there. But I think the bulk of his responsibility is going to be done before day one, opening day, and I think it's probably a good time for him to be away if he has to be away.
All right, Jim Miller, we can read you online, former NFL executive with the New Orleans Saints. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Back to you.